The purpose of this training video is to demonstrate how to use the RSVP manager and how to utilize the RSVP calendar to aid you during this ATF season. This is a feature that should be heavily utilized between the months of September and November, which is when we are deep into the ATF season and all of the ATF meetings are taking place. As a reminder, if you have a discipline where your institution is considered to be active in that discipline as opposed to no program designation, then the expectation is that you will send faculty members to that active ATF or the ATF meeting that you have an active program in order to participate and contribute to the discussion. In instances where an institution that is active in a given discipline does not send a faculty member, or the faculty member does not attend, then the facilitator from that institution is required to complete the clean out of all of the documentation and the data in the chat lines. And that is done in the ATF season tasks with all of the verification reports. As a reminder, the no program verification and the no show verification. Both of those are the responsibility of the facilitator, and these reports will drop into your box for you to complete in instances where your institution is considered active in a given discipline, but a faculty member from your institution does not attend the ATF. So in order to help you organize this and to ensure that you send faculty members, we have designated a help in the facilitator corner. This facilitator corner has all kinds of helps and links and tools that can aid you in ensuring that you are able to get proper faculty to the ATF meetings so that you will not be required to complete the no program verification or the no show verification reports. So for purposes of this training video, we're focusing mostly on this RSVP manager or the RSVP calendar. From the facilitator corner, click on RSVP manager. That's what we will look at first. Choose the given discipline. You'll notice there's two columns. There's the RSVP manager, which I'm going to demonstrate for you right now. And then there is also the ATF member RSVP link. This is the same link that is sent out via email multiple times, beginning 30 days prior to the meeting. The faculty member will be receiving this link a couple of times a week until the faculty member finally responds and either RSVPs yes or no. But this RSVP manager is what helps you determine if you're going to be, it's a way for you to check to make sure that you will be sending faculty. So both hats that you wear, both as a meeting facilitator and as an institutional facilitator, should utilize this RSVP manager, and I'm going to explain to you how now. The RSVP manager links to this RSVP report, which is specialized per ATF meeting. You will notice that there are 3 sections on this report. There is an institutional RSVP tally. There is a list of who has responded so far. There are also the pending responses. These are all of the people who are linked to this ATF meeting and invited to attend, but have not yet responded. And down at the bottom are the meeting comments. The RSVP training video did show the proper way to RSVP to a meeting includes an opportunity to not attend and to add comments into the RSVP of who will be attending in their stead or what special situations are involved that they need to alert the ATF group to. And for the facilitators of the institution and also the meeting facilitators, those are recorded right here in this meeting comments field. This screen is critical to both functions that the facilitator performs. This is critical to the meeting facilitator. It is also critical to the institutional facilitator. Let's take the role of meeting facilitator first. Prior to the ATF meeting, as the meeting facilitator, you need to know who will be attending the meeting and who to prepare the meeting for. This report should be run minutes, maybe the evening before the ATF meeting is to commence, so that you have the most up-to-date information. This report should allow you to anticipate and call roll appropriately as you are trying to document who is attending the meeting for reporting purposes. We covered the need of that in the training video of how to add an ATF meeting report. The attendance report gets uploaded to that meeting report. So as the meeting facilitator on this screen, as a meeting facilitator, you will focus on institution RSVP tally and member responses. Hopefully this response list is long and great. And of course, the ideal is for the pending responses to be null, but it is very rare that we meet 100% success rate. The most important thing to take a look at is the institution RSVP tally. If the meeting were to take place tomorrow, we would be concerned that these institutions that have no marked next to their name, they will not be represented at the meeting. As the meeting facilitator, there's nothing you can do about that, and there's not an expectation that you get facilitate or faculty members from other institutions to attend. But what the expectation is that you adequately and accurately document who was there. So in this instance, you will specifically be looking for these particular names. Then you might ask, is anyone from AWC here? Is anyone from CAC here? Is anyone from Coconino here on the call or in the room or looking at the attendance sheet? There might be a surprise or two in people attend that might not have RSVP'd, but by ensuring that they either are or are not in the room, you can guarantee that your meeting report will be accurate, and you can guarantee that the attendance sheet will be accurate. From the lens of an institutional facilitator, you should be running these reports for upcoming ATF meetings 14 days, starting 14 days prior to a scheduled meeting. So for example, October 1st, I'm going to be running this report for all meetings that take place October 15th. This particular meeting is only the communication meeting, but there are multiple others this year that will be taking place on October 15th, including physics, physical science and astronomy, agriculture, and art. So in all of those instances, I'm going to be checking this particular RSVP report in order to know who I am missing from my meeting. So if I am from AWC, I am running this report, I'm seeing no here, and I'm getting concerned because I am the institutional facilitator who will now be responsible to complete the verification reports, the no program verification specifically, or the no show specifically. And I don't want to have to do that. If this stays no, then I know that's what I'm going to be doing, if I don't have a faculty member in attendance. So the first thing I'm going to do as an institutional facilitator is recognize that I am vulnerable because I do not have anyone who has responded that they will be attending this meeting. The second thing I'm going to do is look to the right-hand side to see who that member is. Eric Lee and Elizabeth Deacock are the two members for AWC in connection with the communication ATF meeting. It might be that this is the first I've realized that neither of these people are working for AWC anymore. It might be that one is on sabbatical. It might be a myriad of different things. It might be that I look on the right-hand side and realize I don't have anyone affiliated with this ATF meeting. That is a big alert to me that I need to work to get someone here. In this case, I'm going to reach out to Eric Lee and Elizabeth Deacock, and I'm going to remind them that they need to RSVP to this meeting. And let me show you how I'm going to do that. I go back to this screen on the dashboard. I look at the communication line, and I look at ATF member RSVP link. I click on this link. I now am going to copy this link and I'm going to paste it into an email to the representative from my institution, in this case, Elizabeth Deacock and Eric Lee. Or if you're on the phone with them and they tell you, I am attending, you can call them, or they email you back and say, I am attending, and for whatever reason, you want to just RSVP for them, you would do that here. So as a quick review, the RSVP list is important in order to access the RSVP manager, which, as the meeting facilitator, tells you who to expect at the meeting to make sure that your attendance sheet is accurate. And if you are looking at this from the lens of the institutional facilitator, it verifies or exposes rather where your vulnerabilities lie, or if you are secure in knowing that you have adequate representation at the meeting. You can also send meeting links from this screen, or you can go ahead and respond on behalf of your faculty member, provided that you have already received a response from them and you know that they will be or will not be attending, or will be sending an alternate in their place, or whatever the arrangements are. So that is how you adequately utilize the tool RSVP Manager, which helps meeting facilitators know who to expect, and institutional facilitators know who from their institution are attending which meetings. The RSVP calendar is also very important because it shows you where you are 14 days out. This should be accessed at least once a week. Let me show you how this works. Meeting manager calendar, currently in May, we are not expecting any meetings to take place within the next 14 days. You'll notice this is the legend RSVP 14 days prior. This is the piece of information we're going to focus on for this particular video. And the name of the discipline will show up in Salmon when we find it. So 14 days prior, there are no meetings in June that will be taking place 14 days out. July is not 14 days out. August is 14 days out. So on August 27th, my recommendation is to use this to alert you that the Film and Media RSVP, or the Film and Media ATF is upcoming. The Theater Arts is upcoming. Women and Gender Studies is upcoming. This meeting manager calendar will likely not be used from the lens of the meeting facilitator, but this meeting manager calendar is going to be very important to the institutional facilitator. The way that this meeting manager calendar is set up can save you a couple of keystrokes. Remember, we're looking at this particular calendar through the lens of an institutional facilitator. So if we are consistently going to use the example of the communication ATF, then on October 1st, we will recognize that within 15 days, the communication ATF will take place. So sometime in the week leading up to October 1st, I'm going to click on this meeting calendar and I'm going to see what ATF meetings I have upcoming. And I am recognizing that as of Friday the 1st, there are 3 ATF meetings that are within, or 4, if you want to expand to the second day of October. There are 3 to 4 ATF meetings that will be taking place within the next 14 days. For the purpose of this example, I'm going to click on the communication RSVP. I'm now alerted as the institutional facilitator, communication is upcoming. I need to make sure that I have staff there, I have faculty there. I'm clicking on the RSVP, and you will notice that this actually links back to a screen we have already visited, the RSVP report. So you don't have to go all the way back out to the chat lines in order to access this report. You can access it from within the RSVP calendar screen. And again, as the institutional facilitator, I'm looking on this side to make sure that either I do not have a program, or or to ensure that I do have a yes beside me that indicates I do have faculty. If I am an institution that has a no next to me, I know that I either need to review whether we're active in the program or not, or I need to reach out and remind my faculty members that they need to RSVP. This training video demonstrated how to use the RSVP manager and how to use the RSVP calendar. This has been an episode of the AZTransfer Training Video Library. For more information, please reach out to me. I can be reached at CIEN, that's spelled CIEN, at aztransfer.com.